Don't mind us. Just chatting over here. Let me make sure we got everything. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. You know, talking soccer, talking life.
Always.
Always. Always. We got, oh, did he move? He moved to the chair.
Watch your toes.
Oh, yeah. No, he moved to the chair. All right, let's see if we can check in on the river cam here. He's going to be hidden. If he pops, we'll show you guys. But he's cute back there. Trust me. Trust me, he's cute back there. Welcome, you guys, to begin. Sam C., how are you tonight?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
You look beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
I'm doing well. Doing well. So thank you, guys. We actually had a little bit of sun today. It wasn't like the hottest day, but it was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice here in Michigan. And then a little shot to you guys out there. How are you guys doing? You can use a word. You can use an emoji. You can use a number. Whatever you guys would like to let us know with, please just let us know out there. And BT says, the hosts with the most. Appreciate that. But you guys, on your way in, after you guys get down how you guys are doing, how you're feeling, please, two things. One, I do expect if you could check to see if you hit the thumbs up. And then secondly, if you could share this video out. And that does matter. I joined a live stream last night because my buddy Justin posted about it and I had forgotten about it. And it was like when I was getting Violet down for bed, I'm like, oh, let me check this out here. Let me check this out. And so we know that it makes a difference. So if you guys could throw that reminder out there, throw that share out there, it is absolutely, absolutely appreciated. Michael wants to start off the questions and says, how about some Bone Thugs in Harmony? Love me some Bone Thugs. First of the month is an iconic song. Anytime there are paydays on the first of the month, I have to think about that song.
Never heard of it.
What about Bone Thugs in Harmony? Bum, 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 bum. Tell me what you gonna have.
That wasn't a song.
You guys know it's like one of the fastest rapper groups of all time. Well, fastest rapping group, made up of some of the fastest rappers.
No.
So yeah, and I miss my Uncle Charlie. Yay. These people know. These people know about the boom, 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 boom. Tell me what you gonna do.
That's real?
Yeah, it's a banger of a song. It's the
Maybe
first
it's just
of the
you.
month. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is this the first time streaming with a beard tied up? No. Nope, I've done that many times. Hey, Dennis knows. Shout out to Pete Away legend, Pete Away Goat. Great song. Me and Dennis today talked about Pete Away doing a collab with T Grizzly. So if you guys are familiar with Detroit rap, you probably know T Grizzly. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. He's going to have his own like little combo at Pete Away.
That's cute.
Yeah, and commercials and stuff. So yeah. Dead wrong, red wrong. Yep. Yep. All right. Highest low. We got a beard question here. I am starring that one, and we will save it for the question segment. The question segment, you guys. And we got a good number of entries today, but it's like the perfect amount with plenty of time to talk and have questions. And also shout out to Blue Water Baboon. He is the gentleman down in the Florida region who was like, hey, I might have the hookup for you. We were just talking about that yesterday. And you're like, I don't even know about this Bonnet Hotel. What is this thing? And so, yeah, that's our guy right there. Mm-hmm. What is Bone Thugs in Harmony night? What is it? It is. Someone asked me about it, and I thought you were answering Jeopardy there. What is Bone Thugs in Harmony? Actually, I'm in VA. Oh, you playing tricks on me? You playing tricks on me over there? Too funny. Okay. Yes, your submission did get in. Yes, it did. Ooh, Cam, great question. I have you start as well. What's up, Jeremy? What's up, everybody? So, yeah. All right, Sam, they did not see the option to message you on Etsy, so let's go ahead and walk them through it, you guys. I will show it on the screen here. I'll do the clicking. I know where it's at. Hey, thank you, Highest Low. But we can show everybody here.
Okay, so you just go to our page, Etsy.com. Beauty and the Beard, MI, you can search, and then over on the right-hand side, under my picture, under the picture of us together, there's a little contact me box.
Bam. So right there, guys, if you need something custom, if you would like to, I believe Rambo is talking about, we threw the offer out there. It wasn't available on mobile. So on mobile, it's lower down. I just did it the other day. So I'll walk you through it here. If you click the shop, Beauty and the Beard, I'll see if I can show you on the screen. If you go all the way down, I know I found this.
Yeah, my picture will be there.
Yeah. Is it right there? Where's it at? Watch it. Watch it.
Yeah.
It's not available. He's like,
I can't do it because I log into the back side of the website.
No, I got you here. That's so funny you say that because I just did it. Is that on About Us? Let me see.
I would think it'd be at the top.
It was not. It is in a funny location because I just looked at this. It's wild that you say that because I was like, oh, interesting. Why would it be here? All right, let me see mobile. It's got to be here somewhere. This is a great question, Rambo. Oh, right here. Okay, got it. All right, I was gonna say I literally just did this, and yeah, it is Beard Advice Live. All right, so I'm mobile. Let's see if I can show you guys here. Got the site. Scroll down past the items, and then you guys get a little preview of these. Once we get past the items, right there it has Sam's beautiful picture, and then it's like the chat button right next to her name. So just check right there, find her name right above the reviews, and then hit the little chat button, and it should help you out. So awesome. I appreciate it. How's everybody? How's it going, everyone? It's good. Warren, we asked everybody how they're doing. Now you need to share how they're doing. Oh, I can book them all over the country. You mentioned Florida a number of times. We can book for you there. Ooh, that makes sense.
That's cool.
That makes sense. Yeah, for sure. I love that. Diego, I just started growing my first ever beard. I'm so thankful I found your channel, and I'm learning so much. Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here. Yeah. Need to send in? Hey, if you guys would like to send in, it is pinned in the chat. It's in the description, and then at some point, it will be down here. You send an email to beardadvicelive@gmail.com. Give us a couple pictures of your beard, and we give advice. Now, Sam, what are some questions or topics as they send in a picture of their beard that we commonly see or kind of gives people a gist of how this show works?
You send in questions like, do I need a trim? Can I style it differently? How can I get rid of these waves?
Mm-hmm. Or a lot of people like to include a goal and say, how do I get here? Is this possible? That kind of thing. So yeah, send it on in. We'd help you. And now the show is Beard Advice Live. Are we limited to beard talk?
No.
Not at all.
Send in questions about anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We want to help you guys anytime. And BT, who is on the show tonight, by the way, said, I'm nervous about tomorrow's back surgery. I'm glad to have Dancy live to distract me. Got you, man. They've advanced so much on surgeries. It'll be a breeze. You'll just take a little nap. You'll wake up. You'll be a little bit sore, but dude, I barely can walk this week. We hit the gym hard after not hitting it hard for a long time, and 2 leg days. Whoo, painful.
You went too heavy.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Benjamin? Welcome on in. So yeah, that's how the show works, guys. And we do have a question segment. We do have a giveaway. So if you guys are wondering any questions, we'll get those starred and asked away. I have Highest Low, I have Cam, I have Brian, I have Aaron. All 4 of you, I have questions starred already, and we'll get into that. But other than that, what's going on this weekend, Samsy?
We are going to Gatlinburg.
Woo!
Just us.
Just the 2 of us.
Nope.
We can make it if we try. Yeah. Matthew's here. I can start singing again.
Please don't.
So yeah, we're going to, it's a little ways outside Gatlinburg, essentially out in the mountains in the woods. We are staying in a tree house, and we are mainly hiking in the mornings and then doing whatever we want in the evenings.
Yeah.
Kid free.
Yeah.
Food at our availability. Our kids, our boys, Violet's fantastic. Our boys are terribly picky eaters, and they're not good at eating. And so we have to base our food decisions around.
We never get to go to like cool, fun places.
Yeah, that we have to base our food decisions around what they can eat that has like meat protein. And so it gets limited. We make it work. It's not that big a problem. But when we have like the options open to us, especially in a city like Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg, oh man, it is going to be amazing. Amazing. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm very, very, very excited. And it's going to be all about hiking, and we're going to be going and exploring nature.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so I hope you guys have a good weekend as well. It's going to be great. Other than that, soccer is kind of the main thing in our life right now. I don't think we have much going on outside of soccer, but that's how we like it. We don't really prefer much else other than family and soccer and beard stuff. That's kind of what we enjoy doing.
Maddox turned 10 since the last live stream.
He did.
That was cool.
Yep. Had the game-tying penalty shot. I showed him on Monday.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was against his, like, rival club, and I even pointed out the 2 people yelling no in his run-up to the goal. This team specifically bothers Sam.
It really does. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole club.
Yeah.
They're trash.
Yeah. And Rainbow says, I wasn't allowed to be picky. Yeah. And I've heard, I get the old school parenting, the old school talk. They both have celiac disease, which highly limits, right? Oftentimes kids are like, I wasn't picky. I just had chicken tenders every day. Well, they only can have gluten-free ones. And so the pickiness, like, I think that is kind of going away now. And at least for us, you know, when you realize, like, I can send my kid to bed in school hungry and he can starve, or we can find it and make it work for them.
We both grew up with a lot of trauma, so we're trying not to do
for
that
sure.
to our kids.
And if you look into the trauma associated with parents making their kids eat a certain way and making an unhealthy relationship with food, like telling young girls they'll be fat if they eat certain foods, now looking in 2025 at the data and studies, it's pretty clear how horrendous it is to put that trauma on kids. And it doesn't really actualize until later in life. And so I get it. It was the same thing with soccer when Jax was going through his anxiety and struggling. Everybody online had the same comments. Oh, my parents threw me out there and let me cry and made it work. And it's like, well, that's why you're messed up today. And you have all the anxiety. And we sat with Jax, we worked through it, and now he's obsessed with soccer, plays a year up on the top team. So yeah, our like thought process on parenting is probably way too, like, we think about this stuff and talk about this stuff constantly. And so yeah, that's our whole life. Wyndham has resorts there too. Nice. Great smoke. Ooh, wow. Smoky Lodge. Okay. He can book anywhere. We need to keep that in mind. You're the person doing all that. It'll definitely help. And oh man, I'm sorry, Corey. He said his grandpa's been in the hospital for dementia and Alzheimer's. He lost around 40 pounds. The doctor said he doesn't have much time left. Been a rough week. Oh man, I'm sorry.
Aww.
We're here for you, Corey. I've lost all 4 grandparents. Sam has one grandparent left.
Yep.
So we entirely understand. Yep. And Leo said, my mother pretended to like spinach, so I'd eat it. She wasn't happy when I told her I liked it.
Gotcha.
Very nice. Very, very nice. That's so funny. Yeah. Yeah, that's so funny. You don't leave the table till you clean your plate. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. And I entirely grew up in a household like that too. So I get it. Absolutely. Not anywhere, but there's lots of options. Okay. Understood. So yeah, that's pretty much the updates. No cougar stories, unfortunately. Nothing exciting there.
She did.
Yeah, we haven't seen her in a long time. No cougar stories.
Who knows?
Hopefully next week we'll have some bear stories or some real cougar stories.
Oh my God.
The animal cougar stories.
I'm so nervous. I was putting our packs together today and I had the bear spray and I was like, oh my God.
It is the most popular national park in the United States of America.
Which really surprised me. I thought Yellowstone. I thought, the Utah ones. Nope.
Sidebar, I love this one. Children are starving and hungry. When you like the concept that a 8, 9, or 10-year-old can relate to, like, oh my gosh, there's kids and I know Leo's putting in air quotes, like that's what they used to say. It's not Leo saying this. It's so funny to think a kid would be like, oh my God, you're right. I better clean my plate for these kids that exist on the other side of the world that I can't even fathom. They don't even know time. Like the 8-year-olds don't even understand like what's in 3 days. Like Violet has no concept of like 2 days from now. It's so funny. How can you eat any pudding if you don't eat your meat? Yeah. And I mean, we still do a lot of that stuff too, where it's like, you're not getting treats if you don't do this. And
yeah.
We're balancing it. Yeah, we're balancing it. So yeah. Might be moving to Montana. Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, you are a northern Michigan guy, so you're used to. I don't think it'd be
Can
a.
I give me your blanket?
Yeah.
It's freezing.
I don't think that you would be like extremely like cultured shock or anything like that. That was a
Be a
Pink
lot
Floyd
more
reference.
pretty, I feel like.
Oh, I don't know the Pink. That one died on me. I don't know that one. Did you grow up listening to Pink Floyd or any music like that?
Nope.
No, me either. Mm-hmm. Have you seen any Man City games recently? Every Man City game. yeah, we watch them all.
But did we watch that Arsenal game?
Whoo, let's go, Saka. Come on, man. So happy for Declan Rice. So
Arsenal
happy.
has moved up to probably my third favorite team
Yeah.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just love them.
Yeah. No, Leo, you're right. You said the idea is there's places with not enough food, so eat what you have. Absolutely. But the concept of an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old grasping that, unless they're a very uniquely special-minded human, no chance. Like, zero chance there's a kid that's going to be like, you're right. There are kids starving elsewhere. I'm going to eat this food that I
I
despise.
feel like when a kid gets something in their head, there's no trying to con them out of what they're thinking.
No, it's just, it's so funny. Yeah, there's kids starving, or even like, I paid for that. Like, maybe once they're like 16 and they understand money, something like that. What's up, Chief? All right, Pink Floyd, The Wall, one of the most amazing albums of all time. Okay. Hey, Justin, Gunnar told me to tell the kiddos hello. Heck yeah, man. I actually referenced, this is the Justin I commented about earlier in the stream when he shared a stream yesterday. It reminded me, and I joined that stream because of him. So if you guys could, if you haven't already, share the stream out. If you haven't, hit the thumbs up. But back to soccer, there is a very particular reason I like Declan Rice. Now, if you're like, God, more food or more, I saw foodie reviews, more sports talk. No. This is not actually sports talk. Do you know why I like and respect Declan Rice?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
You want to tell him?
Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Declan Rice's
Girlfriend is what I know it as.
I don't think he's married. His girlfriend, she's a bigger girl. They've been together since they were in high school.
And I would say like mid-size. She's not even like a big girl, I don't
Yeah,
think.
she's probably my size, to be honest. And she got so much hate online. You know, everyone's like, you can get the most gorgeous girls in the world. Like, why would you want to be with this girl? And he's like, nope, like, that's my girl. Like, shut up. You're done. I don't want to hear another word about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so cool.
Yeah. So essentially, she had social media. At one point, she got rid of her social media, and they interviewed him and her, and they're like, hey, why did she get rid of social media? And they're like, he's like, man, people comment that I'm like too good for her, and she's too fat and big and stuff. And he's like, that's his exact response. I'll never forget it because I saw the interview. He said, that's the love of my life right there. And I was like, let's go. Where how many guys become just absolute jerks and leave the people that got them there. And to give you an example from that game, Vinny, I'm not, if you guys are a sports fan, I'm not a Vinny Jr. fan whatsoever. The way he handled the Ballon d'Or loss, the way he is on the field and with fans, he's just, in my limited experience, a jerk. And something like that, that's a role model. Who do I want my boys modeling themselves after? I want them modeling themselves after the guy sticking up for his girlfriend, saying, that's the love of my life right there. It's absolutely amazing. Amazing. And he just happened to have probably the greatest free kick of all time the other day, which was, beautiful. And by the way, he had 2 of them in the same game. So, I really, she's very
gorgeous.
She's very, very pretty. Very pretty. That's not like, and I'm not saying that, she's very pretty. I mean, it's not like he's attached to something, and it's obviously love's way beyond just looks, but she's very pretty. Yeah, she's absolutely pretty. And of course, when they show the side by sides, it's the least flattering picture of her on the internet because they're like trying to prove a point. But the fact of the matter is he mistakenly stood up for her and said it in just such a genuine way. So that's somebody for me that I really respect. And Rodney says, I'm so lucky to have Sarah. She's the love of my life and my best friend. And I saw a thing the other day that like hit home. I don't know if I sent it to you, but it was like the marriages that work more closely resemble friendship than they do like traditional fairy tale love. And it's like, you're going to spend more time with that human than anybody else on the planet. You sure as heck better enjoy spending time with them. Not just kissing them, you know? And it's like,
not just like the romance.
Right. And it couldn't be any more home and true here, where it's like, we just like hanging out. Like, we don't go to the bar. We don't go to parties. We would much rather watch YouTube or live stream with you guys or go hiking together. It's just, it's my best friend. She just happens to be super hot. And so that helps out a lot. So yes. And David, it's a weird one. He said, I never understood the slander being put on another person's partner. Just don't worry. Right. Who? What is it?
Well, it's the girls that are jealous that they're not with Declan Rice.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Sarah. She said, I'm really the blessed one to have Rodney. I'm not fat. I'm pregnant. I really feel like we would get along so well with Sarah and Rodney. Their humor just seems like us. Dr. Ouch says, I'm not fat, I'm fluffy. Yeah, you can't be mad at someone that says that they're fluffy. COVID times tested many relationships. Oh, it made ours better. We got to be around each other more. We got to observe how crazy the world was.
It was like the beginning, and we didn't even realize it, the beginning of us being at home together all the time. Yeah. The test was like going through COVID.
Right. Yeah, because at that time I was teaching. So we were not home together all the time. Now it is, unless she's going to the store and stuff, it's every minute.
The fact that you weren't home what did I do with myself?
I don't remember those days.
I think I blacked out.
Yeah.
Just 8 hours of blacking out, taking care of the kids.
All right, Dennis, take care, man. As always, guys, if you're into wrestling, please check out Mr. Flint 810. He has a great live stream he does. It's about to start, so please don't leave right now, but you can check out the replay. Yeah, the replay afterwards. And he's just a great dude. Channel is really dedicated and just kind of getting started and growing. And when I say he's a great dude, I'm not just saying that. He is the guy where you go into a place and you just feel warm and better because he came out to give you a fist bump. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yep, 100% awesome. And I drop any friend who questions why I spend so much time with my wife. I'm excuse me, she's my best friend. Duh, I'm going to choose her over anyone else. Yeah, and I don't have anybody in my life that even question. Like, people just know us so well. It's like, we always tell people, if you say something to Sam, understand, this is between both of us.
If there's any secrets that you have told Dan, like, don't tell anybody, just, I know them all. No, I know all of your guys' secrets.
100%. Like, we were talking today, a girl that I knew in our gym, she started her, like, OnlyFans thing, but, like, the different version. I'm telling her all about it, and, like, there's no secrets here. If it pops up here, it's being shared. Otherwise, I'll go crazy. I can't, like, hold those things in. So, even if you're like, oh, Dan wouldn't talk about, literally, yes. Sam would never bring, yes.
But I'm not going to tell your secrets.
Right. No, this is just us.
Yeah. I'm not telling anybody.
We don't talk to other people.
we don't have friends.
Yeah, so that's about it. And Deadman, who's the sponsor tonight, shouts up, says, Dan and Sam, Jacqueline and I talk about that all the time. It's so strange to think about the before being.
Right.
I don't remember it.
Like, you got up every morning and left and came home, and I was just here.
Yeah.
Who did I talk to?
I don't know. I don't know what you did. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Just raising babies. I don't know.
Was awesome for bonding. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they didn't talk to you, so I don't know what you did. They're just kind of grumbling at you. Yeah. Anyone in here who actually subscribed to any OF? I have not. And no.
Is it a website? Is it an app? I've never been to this place.
I've clicked, like, pages, like, because it's like, when it's people you know,
you're curious.
Do
you get a preview?
They're like, no. I mean, somebody will have, like, like the banner on Facebook up top where it's not like your profile picture. Yeah. They'll have something like that. It's usually like PG type.
Yeah.
But it'll
has to be.
If I remember correct, you'll see, like, a title of, like, albums, and then it's just blurred. So you don't even get to, like, make out shapes or anything. But I've clicked on, like, because it'll be like, if you guys, we know we have generational, like, internet lingo, that stuff. If you guys ever see a red pepper, That's not food related usually. That means it's
You're like, I'm hungry.
Right. That means it's spicy, okay? And if I ever see that with somebody I know, I'm going to click it and just see what it's about. But no, I've never paid for it. I'm frugal, and that would be...
It's too cheap for that.
But no, but this is what these are how our conversations go. We were talking at lunch. And when somebody puts it out there on their personal life side, you're gonna be curious. And because I was saying, I'm like, I would imagine hers is more like artistic rather than like really way out there. But you don't know. You have no idea. You know, it's all brand new.
Do people who have the account, can they see your name when you sign up?
100%.
Okay.
100%. Which again, they put it out there personally, so they don't mind that. But then when you run into them, are they thinking it, or is it so normal to them? Are you? Let's say I got one to check, right? And it's just like, and if we were, I would never, but I would clearly show Sam, tell her there wouldn't be any secrets. It would be on my mind when I saw him,
right?
You know, so
awkward.
Yeah, I guess it's similar to our OnlyFans. Yeah. Yeah, and so the underbeard pics. I know it's God. Pale. We talked about that today. We're like, okay. Question, and then we'll move on. Is the foot thing real? And what I know people are into feet and all that stuff, but is people making money easily and commonly off their pictures of their feet? Is that real, or is that just internet psyche where people say like, oh, did you know you swallow 3 spiders a year when you sleep? And that's not real. It just took over the internet. Is it? I blur the spicy pepper. Yeah, it's okay. Isn't all? Yeah, and that is fair. That is fair. There are lifestyle sides of OF as well. People don't take things off always. They can do it just to kind of raise money.
What else is there though?
Literally, people will like, I think you can stream or put videos on there, and it's just like,
well, it's
themselves.
very synonymous with the other side.
Very true. Very true.
I feel like that's not a good look.
Real, but is it though? Like,
is it?
Is it real? Do you guys know people?
Do you know people who do it?
Because I don't know if I believe that. Because we've all heard it, but who do you know? You know who? And I know people
I've never
freaks.
met a person, and I don't know, people probably don't like say like, hey, I'm Dan, I got a foot fetish. Like, but I've never known anybody
into that.
Yeah.
No, and guys, I know people pay, but anytime someone talks about this stuff, they're like, yeah, just go and share your feed online. Like, can you? Because if you can, my day just got a lot busier tomorrow.
I told it, I was like, I'm in it. Let's do it.
And I would support her.
I would send foot pictures like it's no joke.
Yep. 100% real. Okay.
What is the website? Like, is it OnlyFans that people are posting foot stuff on?
I think it's called Feet Finders.
I thought that was a joke.
I don't know. But I just need to know if it's actually real. I know you guys are all saying
somebody Google it.
No.
Somebody create an account.
Someone that told us it's real, how do you know? Right? We've heard about like the big OF models who make like 17 million a month, like just astronomical numbers. But are there people in real life that go to a job that have families that are making money off their feet? Because that just seems crazy. I'm right before shaving my legs. Yeah, I mean, I've got some crusties. I got some things that I feel like there will be crowds for. You know, I do. I really do. Is also interesting. It is interesting. Yeah. It's interesting. The foot thing, and that's where, and me and Bryant have the same brain, and we think on the same. I don't know if it's real. I don't think it is. I don't think it's as easy to make money as people think.
I think I feel like it's probably like OnlyFans. Like you really, you gotta be different. And never seen it. I like to follow the OnlyFans girls on Instagram, and they show like the
behind the scenes,
not behind the scenes.
I mean, like lifestyle.
They just like talk about it and like tell you about it and stuff. And I think that's super interesting.
Okay, this sounds accurate. You absolutely can, but the market is so flooded with sellers, it's hard to build a fan base willing to pay. So exactly how I thought it would be. Where if you have a base, right, if you have a platform to get the word out on, you can probably make some money. But if you're Shelly down the street and you just start posting on this website with
Right.
thousands and thousands, I don't think you just make money. And then Feet Finders, Lexi thinks that it's the Wikipedia for celebrity. Interesting. I didn't know that. Interesting. Okay. Making a mortgage a month from her feet. Babe, get the
well, you guys all
the pumice
subscribe
stone.
to my. You don't
Yeah.
have to look or anything. Just give me some subscribers.
What are we doing? $10 a month? Where are we at? Where's the baseline, guys? Get the pumice stone. Let's
Oh
go.
my God.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Feet are entirely fine for like you.
It's not. It's weird, but you know what?
Yeah.
I'll take your money.
For
It's fine.
sure. For sure. Yeah. Anything more than that? Nah. $50 for cool. That's dinner. Let's go. Let's go.
I feel like I'm gonna get some weird messages.
Yeah, don't. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to beat you guys up, and we don't want to do that. You know, we don't want
You
to.
can. My Venmo is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no doubt. Remember to share and like. Yeah, get your day into 100K on YouTube. We want to get to 100K.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there a market for hairy toes? I'm sure. Hobbitwabbit.com, something like that.
Ew.
Yeah. What the heck? Ken is exotic, man. So I want to watch Dan pop a balloon with his toenails.
He did rip a bed sheet with his toenails, though,
That's
so
true.
that can happen.
I sliced a bed sheet wide open. That is true. Yep. That just one quick bunion. No bunions here. Ooh, I bet I would be highly rated because I am in a rare class
Oh my God.
where I have an extra bone in my right foot.
Ooh, that gave me the chills.
Whoa, hey. We thought that thing wasn't real, huh? No,
I
just
need
kidding.
some candy.
Oh, wow.
My
Okay.
blood sugar's dropping.
All right. So, what fabric was the sheet? Cheap. That was a cheap one.
It was cotton.
Yeah, that was back in the day. That was cotton. All right, guys, get out of here, you freaks. Get out of here on this one. So yes, toe beards. Oh, whoa. Ken says I have the second and third toes longer than the big one.
Me too.
Let me see. All right, foot cam. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Let me see.
Please don't.
I think my second and first one are even. My third's way behind. They're not even near there. So yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yep.
Mine are. Yeah,
OnlyFans. That's good.
same.
All right, guys, if you have enjoyed the conversation, hit a thumbs up. If you haven't, well, you're in luck. We're shifting gears now, and so you don't have to worry anymore. Scrolling down on the bottom is how you get a part of the show next week. Will we talk about some wild stuff like this? Probably. This is just what happens. Did we talk about planning this? No. Did I think about this before the show started to talk about it? No. It just came up. So that's about it. How's River Boy? In his chair?
He's bathing.
He's bathing? Oh, in the chair? All right. Can't show him yet, but we will.
That's
Okay.
censored.
All right. Walter did the same thing, but it was silk. Dang,
no.
Walter. Big dub. Hey, you better go eat. We have what, an air mattress for him, the nice kind down here?
The nice guy.
Yeah, you better go easy with those crusties, Walter.
Walter pops
Walter,
the air mattress.
You better go easy on those ones. So yeah, absolutely. And Fleece says your kids' soccer vids on IG are majestic. Me and the wife watch them like it's the World Cup, then daydream about when our niece still worked. I love that. I love that. Not anymore, Aaron. Just you. Nope, we moved on. Time to go. Welcome to Toe Advice Live. Yeah, we shifted from beards to feet to toes. So we're there. The show is organic. Yeah, I mean, somebody tell me that there's like a producer and script or like some kind of like media conglomerate telling us what to do. I don't think like big news would appreciate us talking about feet and OnlyFans and stuff like that. So yeah.
Big news.
Yeah. I mean, there's like big pharma and stuff, so I feel like big news is appropriate.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And no, please, the email down below is not for feet pics.
Please don't.
You will be banned. This doesn't happen to me often, but I had a guy follow me, message me. He was like, hey, man, great beard. I'm like, hey, thanks, dude. Great beard yourself. Sends an unsolicited picture. I was feeling feisty. I ripped into him. I said, "You have an illness. What is wrong with you?" I said, "That's for kids to send unsolicited pictures. You give a bad," I went in. I said, "You give a bad name to bearded men all over."
Was it a wiener picture?
Well, he had on very skimpy undergarments, and it was very clear what was underneath that. And literally out of nowhere.
Are you pulling it up?
The picture's not
Dang.
there. He deleted the picture, but I'm gonna show you to see how
I don't want to see it.
how I responded. That's it. Okay. Well, I absolutely laid into him and he was like, "I'm sorry." Like, hey, you should be so embarrassed you block me now. Because I just absolutely Ken will send you all the pics, you guys. Yeah.
First one's for you.
Yeah. Board pic. Yeah, I don't, and you would think in this position online and stuff that I don't get that often. Reddit, that's a different story. I don't even go to that inbox anymore. But on Instagram, yeah, no. Can a long goatee ever score well in a beard competition? As long as it has its own category, for sure. If it's in a beard category, probably not, to be honest. But if it has its own category, yeah. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, the Reddit ones are wild. Men and women. It's wild, the messages I get on there. So I just stopped looking at them. Luckily, Reddit has the ability, every message that comes in, it gives you like the warning if there's like a picture. It has like AI will be like, hey, this might not be something you want to see. And you can just click ignore. So they don't even get to like see that you read it or anything. So yeah. Danny was taking a shot. Oh no, I'm gonna hate that player and the game. So nope, don't do that. No unsolicited. Nope. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and see who is sponsoring tonight. Boom! Deadman's Beard Co. Command 15, by the way, you guys, is boosted to 20% off this weekend. It's not exclusive for this show or anything. It's just for their Easter sale. So if you guys want to capitalize on some Deadmans, it is boosted. If not, hey, you know there will be more deals, and this company's not going anywhere. It's no pressure or anything like that. That member was banned. Yeah. And the Command 15 is worth 20% off. Unbelievable carrier blend, argan, squalene, marula, metal foam, jojoba. Oh yeah. And then update here, we can officially, I believe this is official, right? The hemp seed oil is no longer in the blend. And that is important because of international and federal shipping reasons. So there is no longer any, I know. And hey, we love hemp seed oil. But essentially, if you've ever had hemp seed on any products, and Shopify catches you shipping to any other country, you kind of get blacklisted, and it can really impact your company. And so, fortunately, it was a necessary move. And yeah, he's an international criminal right now for sending hemp seed oil, which was probably, and this isn't how you measure as a company, but probably 20 drops in a bottle, and yeah, to Canada where cannabis is legal.
But can you sell it in the U.S.?
You can, yes.
Okay.
Yep, you can. But it's silly, but not to some federal workers. Some federal workers are entirely banned from hemp to the point where they check your mail if you live on a federal facility, like if you work or if you get your mail at your work. They go through your mail and they read the labels. How do I know this? It just happened to a company.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yep.
There's something wrong there.
Over hemp seed oil. Hemp. Like, remember hemp lotion and all that kind of stuff? Yeah, that was it. But they have biotin gummies. Want you guys to know that. Now, you guys are going to get the honor of having a CMC exclusive reaction to the Deadman's Escape Scent of the Month. Now, he was out of this. It is a scent of the month, and today is the 16th. He was sold out. But I believe he did make, and I got in more trouble in some smaller countries and Australia. Jeez, Bryant. God, man, I'm trying to give you a good look over here. But the hemp seed oil, the Great Escape is a blend of blue sage, fir needles, red cedar, oak moss, vetiver, amber, and more. Did you get all that? Mm-hmm. Ignore it. It doesn't matter.
Great.
It does not matter. I call this a spring cologne. Spring
Okay.
cologne. Matthew's exactly right. When I was in the military, our mail was filtered, opened, and scanned. You were not the only federal worker where that happened. And so, yeah. Tampering with someone's mail isn't that a federal offense? Not
Not for the government.
Not when the feds are doing it. So, yeah. Okay. This is a spring cologne, and it is a scent of the month. And so he's going to make some more, I believe, for this show in case anybody wants it. Outside of that, it's going to go away. All right, give this a little smell and then tell people how you like it, what it smells like, and obviously
Ooh.
be unfiltered. If you don't like it, that's okay.
Okay, super strong. It's like...
You said that when I wore it, too.
Did I?
Yeah, you were like, "What is
My
that?"
sniffer's real
You were like,
sensitive.
"What is it is?" She's like, "What is that?" It's real strong.
It's like earthy floral cologne. So yeah, spring cologne.
Yeah, that's exactly
Spring
what I
is
call
very
it.
earthy.
Earthy, yes. Floral, yes. Cologne, yes. Facts on facts on facts. Do you like it?
I don't know.
We can try the oil as well here.
I feel like there's something in it that is not a friend of mine.
Interesting.
What was in it again?
She says, or Brian says, she's so on point, it's insane. It is blue sage, fir needles, red cedar, oak moss, vetiver, amber, and more.
Okay.
Bears would like this too much. I will not be wearing this one hiking. They would absolutely be drawn to me. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I love floral scents. I love earthy scents. I love spring, summer scents. So this one rocks with me very, very well.
I think it's too much. It's because I don't like fir and I don't like cedar
Right.
and I don't like amber.
Right. She likes the floral. She likes the spring. She's not an earthy scent gal.
I like oak moss,
Right.
but it's like when the trees start getting in there. I don't know.
She's particular.
I am.
Yeah. You
But it's exactly how we described it, though.
Yeah. Yep. If you guys are into earthy floral
I
colognes,
just got more oak moss now.
spot on. I actually was it Monday? It was recently a Monday.
Uh-huh.
I sprayed it in the studio for my giveaway celebration and sprayed myself like 3 times and went to
God.
bed after that. You didn't hate it.
Amber.
So, yeah.
I'm so sorry, Amber.
Should I leave? What happened with it?
I said I don't like Amber.
Amber,
Should I leave?
this feud has been going on long before you were in the
Uh.
community. She's had a mostly hate relationship with Amber for a long time. Yep, absolutely. I tried Obsidian for the first time. Not really a fan of floral scents myself, but I was very pleasantly surprised. Yeah, and they do change in beard too, so it's not the most fair to be able to give that full opinion. But yeah, she just doesn't like cedar. She just doesn't like fir. Like those are 2 ones that are really kind of
That's a me problem,
right.
not a dead man's problem.
Mhm. Yep, absolutely. So if you guys have tried it, please give some feedback. And Miles says it's green, bright floral as opposed to sweet floral.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. Well said. Miles is really good with his scents.
Nice.
Yeah, I have Obsidian Supernova. Sam absolutely loves Supernova.
It's so good.
That's the cologne I've been wearing to most of our date
It's
nights.
very exotic, Ken.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. It is. Ken, you'll like it for sure. Okay. And Karen loves Crimson Eclipse and Steep.
Nice.
Awesome. Absolutely. All right. Got it. Love the study. Heck yeah. All right, guys. So, yes, Sam is on the vibe. she's got Ken figured out because she's like married to a Ken equivalent. It always seems
You like exotic.
just the humor and the approach, the teacher vibes on it. Kidsman, what up, man? It's been too long. Good to see you, dude. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Agave Tide, Supernova Study, Obsidian, all bangers. Obsidian is gorgeous. Yep, it's on the shelf. My shelf upstairs is pretty rare. And Deadman's takes up a lot of the real estate. And Obsidian is one of them as well. I like all of the essential oil ones. I have in today. Do you know what I have in today?
Nope.
Death by Citrus. So I have in Death by Citrus. I actually set it out last night, so I didn't know if you noticed it on the counter, and that's
I
why.
just move it to your own side.
She does. Death by Citrus. I like Fortinella Orange. I like Steep. I like Supernova, Obsidian, and Agave Tides. Those are the bangers for me.
Really bathing over there.
Is he? Well,
Yeah.
that's right. He's a dirty boy. And then at the end of the show, you guys, we will be doing a $30 gift card. And just a reminder, if you'd like to be on the show next week, it is pinned in the chat and also in the description. Hey, Donald, thank you, man. Thank you so much, dude. Donald has some exciting possibilities in life coming up soon. So pumped for him. Shout out to Donald, man. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, Dynamite went with Fortinella and Beard and Supernova Cologne.
Ooh.
I can see how that works. Fortinella being an orange scent and then Supernova being that kind of like citrus aquatic cologne. So, yeah, that's awesome. All right. Izzy, you're green. Let's go. That's awesome.
Is it freezing now, or
No.
is it just me?
It's just you. It's just you. Sam has internal temperature problems.
Thyroid, am I right?
Oh, my goodness. Yep. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the advice, my friends. All right. MG, we got an update. You guys remember MG? He said, I gingerly took the clipper to the very bottom of the beard all the way around, took off somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch. I now have confidence in being able to maintain the length without messing things up. Let's go. In your comment on Facebook, so he was on the show last week.
Yep.
Shared an update on Facebook, and I said, dude, you need to send into the show. And he said, I don't know if there's much to see here since the difference is so subtle, it's barely noticeable. You guys let us know if it's barely noticeable, if you did a good job, if you should take more, anything like that. Spoiler, I think it's noticeable, and I think it's awesome. So here's MG with the 1 week update.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah,
you
dude.
can tell.
If you told me which one is trimmed, which one is not trimmed, I think it's very clear that the one on the right is trimmed.
Yeah.
And they're both awesome, but he's exactly right. Essentially, he's like, it's getting too big. What do I do? And I said, you just need to kind of take off some from the bottom here and kind of shape whatever the shape is that you want. And he absolutely crushed it.
Good job.
And he's spot on right that in the future, he knows he'll be able to maintain that. And so it's so awesome.
Was that his first time trimming?
I think
Wow.
I think trimming at least from the bottom, this was the first time he ever did that.
Good work.
And so, yeah, dude, look at everybody out here. Kev says it's noticeable, looks great. Leo says outstanding MG. And I know Leo's been in that boat before where he's like grown it to a shape and size he likes. And then it's like, how do you maintain? Is it all right to make little trims? Is it scary? And he did a great job. Absolutely a great job. MG, I think there will be more. Hey, he's right here. He said, first time. Wow.
Good work.
I think there's going to be more people that can relate to this than something where we have like the huge beards with a massive transparency trim. I think more people rock their beard like that than more so like mine. And so it looks absolutely awesome, dude. I hope you get to read all those comments because it's well-deserved. And thank you for trusting us because he was like, do I trim the sides? Do I do something over here? And essentially, we as the community said, no, just trim the bottom. And that proves it right there. Absolutely proves it right there. So, MG, thank you, dude, for trusting us and sending back in. That's really cool. Got enough blanket over there?
Yes.
All right. It was caught under my chair, so I want to make sure you were good. So, yeah. John has a great follow-up question. And he says, why is it not over here? I can see it over here. John, okay, I can't highlight it for some reason, but
Interesting.
yeah, that is interesting. John says, how often should you trim to maintain the length? Great question. Entirely personal preference. I would find your growth rate and kind of base it on that. If you grow a 1/2 inch a month, maybe every month you trim off 1/2 inch. Or you wait for 3 months and you do an easier trim for 1.5 inches. Something along the lines like that. John, send a new message. Just anything in the chat. I want to see if yours pops up. Oh, yeah, you're here. Why did it choose to... It's not here, right? Weird. And then Brian says, I gained my confidence with trims like that. Part of keeping it short for the last year was to prove to me I could trim it. Wow. That's deep. That's deep. Rob trims about every 3 months. You're cool. All right. Some reason StreamYard did not like that one comment from you, but you're here. It was nothing on my side. Please don't message me angrily after the stream being like, why did you do that? Wasn't me, guys. Wasn't me. All right. What's up, Chris? Awesome. Anything else for MG?
Nope.
Nice. Thank you, sir. All right, Luke. Would you consider a full mustache and goatee a beard? This is a deep question. We'll get into it. I just can't grow my sides out full. One other question I had is, do you think it looks any good if I grow my goatee nice and long? My coworker asked me yesterday if I was going to grow it out and braid it. I can't seem to grow my side out, even with my beard brush, Chicago comb, beard oil, and beard butter. Hey, man, listen. For some people, it's just not in the cards. For whether it's that season of life or maybe forever. Some people just can't grow hair in certain areas. That's how it is. Now, you can try growth oils. Maybe there's dormant hair follicles underneath there, but it's not a miracle. It's not a guarantee. If you don't have hair follicles, you're not going to have hair there. So, the question, would you consider a full mustache and goatee a beard? I want to start like this. Definition of a beard. Okay. Let's go here. So the definition of a beard. A growth of hair on the chin and lower cheeks of a man's face. Okay. Let's see what else we have here for what classifies as a beard. A beard is hair that grows on the jaw, chin, upper lip, lower lip, cheeks, and neck of humans and some non-humans. Now, it doesn't say it has to be all that. What defines being someone's beard? A person who is... That's a different one. Easy there. How do you define a beard? A thick growth of hair...
Being someone's beard.
Oh, that's wild. A thick growth of hair on the face, especially on an adult man, often including a mustache. I like that one. A thick, well, why do we have to have thick there? Because if it's thin, it could still be a beard, right? A growth of hair on the face, especially on an adult man, often including a mustache. All right, here's my take. If you rob a bank and someone needs to describe you to the police, would they say you had a beard? That is my definition of a beard. I think that's the most true form. I think we can get technical. I judged the U.S. National Beard Competition, so the most technical breakdown of facial hair and categories and names possible. But I think it's silly to be like, no, that's not a beard because it's not on your cheeks because it doesn't grow there. What are your thoughts?
At first, I was like, no, a goatee is a goatee. It's not a beard. And then technically, the definition said cheeks. So
the first definition, one of the definitions.
The what's that from? The Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah.
In my head, a goatee is a goatee and a beard is a beard.
Okay.
But does it matter?
Yeah, I mean, for somebody to ask, I would say it does matter. All right, Leo says a goatee is a kind of beard, so it must be a beard. I think the definition of a handlebar mustache excludes a beard, but I don't know anyone that follows that. Okay. All right, before we see his beard goatee, the question in the poll is going to be, is a goatee, meaning no hair on the sides, just the mustache and chin down, is a goatee a beard? Yep, is a goatee a beard? Click there. But you can't cherry pick. It's like saying a mustache is a beard. I agree.
A mustache is not a beard.
See, I disagree. I think that's selective bias because a mustache is not considering the chin in the lower cheek area where a lot of goatees can grow.
He's meaning like if you only have a mustache, like you can't say that's a beard.
I agree. No, I understand that. But I think you're comparing two things that aren't fair to compare. I think asking if a goatee is a beard is a much more fair question than saying, is a mustache a beard?
I guess in my head, if I saw somebody rob a bank and he had a goatee, and maybe it's because I'm in this world,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he has a beard. I would say he has a goatee because that's more specific.
Right. All right, for those of you that are saying a goatee is a type of beard, we've had Aaron and Leo at least say that. What makes you guys say that? Why, where, and I mean that I'm with you, but I want to know where that comes from. It's like the feet finder thing earlier. Everyone says that, but where's the information? So how do we consider that a type of beard? Where is that coming from? And so, okay, and Ken's on the other side. He says, I think a goatee is its own thing. Beards need to have cheek growth. Okay. A goatee is a niche name for a beard. But why? Where are you getting that from? All right. Is a man bald-headed if he has a bald spot only? Is a man, okay, so if he has a bald spot, is he bald? How does I know where you're going.
I know like it has to relate, but
yeah.
I'm like trying to piece it together. My brain's like
I'm at the same spot. How does that relate?
Okay. If he only has a bald spot, then
he's not bald.
He'd have a goatee.
No, I think he's saying the opposite. Okay, if a guy has a bald spot, he is not bald. He's balding. I've heard them called partial beards.
But I don't want to lump somebody into the beard world who has a goatee because that's like taking away from their special thing. I don't know.
Ooh, good question. All right, let's look up definition of a goatee. Good question. A small, sometimes. Oh, wow. That's a great one. Okay, here we go.
Also from the same dictionary.
So to answer, when I asked Aaron and Leo, I had not seen a good response. It could be out there, but I've not seen a good response. All right, if we are, okay, and again, guys, so a lot of people are really bad at confirmation bias, and confirmation bias drives me crazy. If you guys don't know what confirmation bias is looking up information to prove your point and blatantly disregarding information that goes against you. We're all guilty of it. Some of us less than others. But
I like to prove people wrong.
She's entirely confirmation bias. She lives on confirmation bias. And most people do. You have to train yourself not to. So if we were to say, by this definition, a goatee is not a beard because it's missing the cheeks, and your source is, like you said it with your chest. You're like, oh, it's the Oxford Dictionary. Now, our source is the Oxford Dictionary, and it is saying literally a goatee is a beard.
I feel like someone has to report that. That's something wrong.
Yeah. Well, don't you keep searching for other definitions? No. So the point, Cam, you got to hear this. Because I think you suffer from confirmation bias. You got to hear this. The point is, the first argument was that it was the Oxford Dictionary.
That was from me.
Right. I'm speaking from the example that we're using.
Don't lump them in with me.
No. You're off here too. The example was the actual real big punch was that the definition was from the Oxford Dictionary, not just some random thing.
Definitely was not.
It was. And so then when moving forward, we go and we say, okay, let's look up from that same place, from the Oxford Dictionary, a goatee. And the question, what is a better indicator of is a goatee a beard or not? Is it the definition of a beard or is it the definition of a goatee? It's absolutely the definition of a goatee that would be the better indicator of if it's a beard or not. The definition says a small, sometimes pointed beard. So that would be, if you're looking at it subjectively or you're looking at it objectively, that would be a better indicator. Yeah, absolutely better indicator. Right. So now we have conflicting definitions. You're exactly right. But the key is, which one is a better answer of the question at hand? And the question, word for word, is a goatee considered a beard? The definition of a goatee says it's a beard. So that would, and again, guys.
But then if you put the definition of beard into that sentence.
Right. But that's not as good. So, guys, this, like, when you get into this stuff and research and all these things, it really is super minute in particular. The better answer of the question is this definition, not confirmation. If this would have said a small, sometimes pointed hair on your chin and mustache, it would have been case closed. It would have been done. All right, that is not a beard. But if we're trying to answer,
why is it pointed though? What's the definition of pointed? You can't have a rounded goatee?
Well, it says sometimes. So that would indicate it doesn't have to be
Well, the
pointed.
chat has spoken, and a goatee is not a beard.
Yeah, well, the chat has to learn better research.
No.
here.
You don't get to tell the chat.
Oh, I can. Yeah, no, again, it's literally a lesson, right? And that is how you get rid of that confirmation bias. No, this one we're not twisting and doing the Boris thing, because this one is for real, and it really, 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 really spot. Okay, would Hulk Hogan's mustache count as a goatee then? A small, sometimes pointed beard.
I don't know what Hulk Hogan's mustache
He had the
looks
one that
like.
wrapped around like that.
The Fu Manchu?
Yeah, essentially, but not longer. So interesting.
Yeah, if it comes down to a point down here, is that a beard?
I think Mad Jack is correct here that if it's not pointed, so it says sometimes pointed. All right, let's look up definition of a circle beard. And how could that be different than a goatee? All right, and this isn't going to give us the Oxford Dictionary.
Because that's not a real thing.
Yeah, it might not be in there. Let's see. All right, and this is from
facial hairstyle. I like it.
A circle beard is a facial hairstyle with a mustache connects to the chin. Yeah, so we can't compare this one because it's not doing apples to apples. And so, yeah, interesting. All right, ChatGPT. Yeah, ChatGPT, and they can only pull from some things. Van Dyke is a goatee without a mustache. Does a Van Dyke not have a mustache? I thought it did. Pointed beard, that's not a goatee. Pointed beard, that's not a goatee, has cheek hair. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
What am I voting on?
Right. If you're voting on is a goatee a beard? So interesting. Yeah. If you shave your cheeks and the rest is 12 inches long, it's still not a beard. If you shave your cheeks and the rest is still 12 inches long, it's still not a beard. Why, though?
Because it's a goatee.
Right. In that opinion, right? But the Oxford Dictionary would say it is a beard.
I guess the question is a goatee a type of beard?
Right.
A style of beard.
But you just said that if a goatee were entered in beard competition, the goatee would need a class of its own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you should be proud of your goatee and not try to lump yourself in with the beardos.
Right. But, and I agree, if it's a goatee, it's a goatee. But again, but also, Dr. Ouch, it is a beard and mustache competition. There's only two sides to it. Literally.
Should be called a facial hair competition.
I agree. But look it up. The U.S. Nationals was a beard and mustache competition. Where would a goatee fall in that? Under beard. And then we also have beard categories so what about a whaler? A whaler, that's a great question now too. So a growth of hair on the chin, lower cheeks. So this doesn't even include a mustache.
And why is it on a man's face?
Right. So if a woman has it, it's not a beard. Yeah, interesting.
That's funny.
For me, as I said in the beginning, before any of looking this up, they're definitely, yeah, I agree with which one, Aaron? You agree with the beard one or the, yeah, I think it is, but I think it's perfectly fair as long as you're going from the angle of saying, like Sam did, if it's a goatee, be proud of it being a goatee and not having to like find a way to be in there. So, but whaler's an abomination. But for real, so growth of hair on the chin and lower cheek of a man's face.
That's still a whaler. Whaler just doesn't have a mustache, right?
Right, and that would count 100%. The growth of the hair on the chin and lower cheeks. But most people consider when you look at my face, no one has ever been like, Look at that dude with the great beard and mustache. Everyone's like, dude, great beard. They don't separate them.
Yeah.
That's another one. You guys are going down a scary rabbit hole right now. Leo says, I've seen references to full beards. What are partial beards? Okay. What's the definition of a partial?
It's going to be like goatee.
Right. Okay. Let me see here. Is any style of facial hair that isn't a full beard? What's a full beard?
Google is just doing us dirty today.
So that is probably, okay,
Like a Van Dyke.
a goatee.
Includes goatees.
But then so if a goatee is a partial beard, is it a beard? If I asked that question, what would your answer be?
If it was phrased in that way, then I would say, yes, it's a beard.
Okay. Yeah. I get more comments. Well, yeah, yeah, I could see that for sure. That's you make it its own thing. Yeah, interesting.
Okay, I thought we had a lot of entries.
Oh no, we're good. We're good over here, sassy pants. So, okay, but for real, this is like for anybody that's ever heard things like confirmation bias and stuff, when you're doing actual research, these are the questions you have to ask yourself. If you run into something like this and you're like, oh my gosh, and then you have another question, you have to ask which one is the better indicator. Even if it goes against what you wrote your paper on and what you thought, you have to kind of question yourself. I've done this and had videos where I literally had to come back and make a video and say, hey, I was wrong. I did find research to say this, but it was biased. It was the wrong way to look at it. So, okay, yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's all subjective and it all comes down to whatever the heck you want to call it, because you probably can find something to argue your side of things. And it's a style of beard. All right. Yeah, to beard or not to beard? That is the question. Yeah. So, okay. I don't know if we got anywhere on this one, but it's at least
I think we
amazing.
all came and left with the same exact answer.
Right. So, yeah. I got your question, Kay Kazar, and we'll get going through on that one. If anyone knows Philip Patton, he has a Van Dyke style. Yeah. Yep. But that includes the mustache, right? He's got a great mustache. Interesting. All right. Thank you, Dan, for your unbiased opinions. Yeah, no, it's a great question. It's a gret question. You. Right. And then we have the world of, because someone's asking later, actually, too funny here. Cam's trying to stir up more trouble. What do we consider short, medium, long? There's literally two answers. The competition answer and then the subjective answer. Yeah, the competition answer or the subjective answer. No, it's a beard. All right, we just established it's subjective, so can't do that. But then there's a soul patch. Oh my gosh, don't do that.
Don't
go
talk about
there.
soul patch. I got trauma.
My high school pictures.
Well, I met you with the soul patch, so
that's true. It works. All right.
works.
So Luke, thanks for all the tough ones. Thanks for all the tough ones. Give me facts, not subjects. Yeah, right. I wish we could. All right, here is Luke. Here is Luke. Awesome color, dude.
Yeah.
That thing is vibrant. Now, I forgot what else the heck you asked.
I did too.
I just can't grow out my sides. Other question I have is, do you think it looks good if I grow my goatee nice and long? Okay. I absolutely think long goatees can look amazing. Let me pull up a personal buddy of mine, and we will be able to see his long goatee. And he probably has a case of a couple of goatees by each other. Yeah. So I 100%. So this is my buddy Aaron on the right. And he is a world champion, national champion goateeman. I think it looks awesome.
I never realized that his was only a goatee.
Thank you. And that was kind of my next point.
Because it's so big.
When you see it like this, you're like, oh, what a beard. And then you actually look, you're like, oh, wow. He does not have sideburns or hair underneath his ear. And that is a goatee. And so to straight up answer a question, and Aaron, shout out to you, somebody who's watching the show. Does a goatee count as a beard? Or can a goatee look good grown out? Yes. Yes. Very, very, very much so. Yeah, it's an absolutely awesome one. Yeah, that is Aaron from Talking Beards. Yep. And I've hung out with Aaron more times than I could count right now. He's an awesome guy. Yep. Awesome, awesome guy. So, yep, that would, I do think it can look awesome growing it out. Absolutely. But other than that, just keep growing from here, dude. Yeah, keep growing here. So yeah, I would say that crosses the threshold, right? Then where quite literally, where do you draw the line? You know, if there's going to be a line, that's crazy. Luke says there must be 2 Luke H's in here because that's not me. That's not you. That is correct. Shout out to Luke H. We do have like a couple Dan B's. We got a couple Luke H's. I'm sure we got Ken somethings out there. They've got it. We got to have a couple Kens. All right. Awesome. No. Rob, no, don't. I love your beard. And there's, guys, entirely nothing wrong with a goatee, but Rob, you can't do that. Nope. I forbid it. Nope. Awesome. All right. Nathan C. So if I don't groom it, my beard seems to separate into 2 points. Is there a way I can combat this besides heat and combing? Update. So he sent in. Had an update before we were able to air it on the show. Points are fixed now. Got a trim over the weekend. New beard picks attached. I think my top coat was causing the points as I started off my beard journey with a bushy goatee. It outpaced the rest.
Interesting.
Right. And I did not plan the order of this. This is how they came in. All right. So let's check out his post-trim beard for Mr. Nathan. Yeah.
Wow.
And you may have seen him in the chat with his like absolutely massive beard picture on his profile here. But an interesting point. He said that he had a goatee that he probably grew from, which is decently common. There's a lot of guys that start with a goatee and just grow from there, and it outpaced it. Now, Nathan, I hate to break your heart here, but it was not that caused it. You're likely still going to have a split here. You're likely still, he goes right here. You're likely still going to have a fork that happens. It definitely was more highlighted because of growing the goatee, but it happens because at some point your chin grows longer than what your underbeard will. Almost all of us. Now, you could be that rare freak exception that your neck grows as long as your chin. But generally speaking, our longest and strongest growth is along the jawline.
Isn't that what he was saying, though?
He was. But having this grow, it's going to continue to fork. And
so like as the top grows longer,
right,
it'll fork again.
And to be fully honest, and just because I've been here and we have a very similar texture and density and kind of beard in general, he probably is going to notice it quickly. Where after a trim and you start styling it, you're like, whoa, this is amazing. This is unbelievable. And then like the next day you're like, oh, okay, maybe a little bit poking there. Then like 3 or 4 days later, you're like, okay, yeah, I definitely still have the V. But I agree with Rob. A little bit of styling, you can correct it. What's up, George? Just kind of do the Velcro with your fingers. It just happens. But genuinely, not a worry, not a concern, not something that should change what you're doing. Just keep going. If anything along the way, all you're going to do, Nathan, is do some little transparency trims off the bottom. Then as that grows, you're going to do another transparency trim off the bottom and then just kind of keep doing that. We all kind of have that French fork at some length. Some people rock it and embrace it. It kind of kills me. I'm not the biggest fan of it either. So yeah. Is it a beard when you don't grow hair on your chin, but everywhere else is 12 inches long? No, I would not think so. I could say no on that one for sure. All right. I can hide the V at the bottom of my beard with styling and darker colored shirts. Yep, exactly. Is underbeard slower growing just due to extra rubbing on the shirts? No, it's just natural. So the best way to explain it is we almost all have the strongest growth right along our jawline. Everything north and everything south, the farther north you go, the farther south you go, the shorter it grows, right? You have a shorter terminal length and the slower it grows. That's why most of our cheek hairs up here are shorter than down here. That's why most of our neck hairs down here are shorter than up by the jaw. You have here as your starting point, gets shorter and slower, shorter and slower. Just think north, south, it always gets worse with the beard. I don't know why that is. Just how it was all set up, I guess. All right, Corey H., our friend. Looking at getting a small haircut and fading into the beard. Above and around my ears is my biggest issue. Dude, if you knew my hate for hair on the ears, baby hairs, if you will, as well as my sideburns. I'm happy with the rest of my beard overall, maybe a slight trim at the bottom to even it out as my sides grow faster than my chin. Interesting. I don't want to go full undercut. This, you got to get right. This is a haircut, straight up one. I like the back of my head and the length of my hair is a low taper fade what I'm looking for. I'm a huge WWE fan, and Seth Rollins is one of my guys. I really like his style. I've attached a reference picture along with mine and would love all of your feedback so I can show this to the ladies at the shop. Only looking to copy Seth's hairstyle, not his beard. Okay. Hairstyle, what works for our guy, Corey?
Ah, I see.
So
I knew you had longer hair,
Yep.
so I was curious where this was going.
So he's mainly talking about this style here, and you can see it on the sides, right? I definitely agree. A change in that area will be really nice. You guys know I'm a big fan of separating the beard and the head hair in that area. For me, I go with the shorter style. And he just wants to know, is this what he's looking for? How does he communicate it? What are your initial thoughts? Because you're really good with this stuff.
I think you can rock it. I think it would look super cool and trendy, and I think it'll give you those little baby hairs that are poking out at the side right there that you can see on that picture.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to take those away.
I agree entirely.
I don't know what it would be called, though, because I'm not good with the names of haircuts for men.
I'm decently good with them, but I can agree that it can get kind of sticky when you're talking about the difference of a taper and a fade and all that. So I'm not going to get too technical on these. Aren't taper and a fade separate? Yeah, literally what I was just saying, Leo. Yes, I don't feel comfortable enough saying like, call it a taper, call it a fade, something like that. So
I think the best thing you can do is just take that picture in.
Yep.
They would rather see pictures, and I worked at a hair salon for like 5 years. They would rather see pictures than have you come in and try to describe something to them.
100,000,000%. I have like 3 videos on that. Is when you use words, there can be a difference in understanding. When you use a picture, there's no difference in understanding. And so bring the picture, but here is the question. Chris says, would you slim the sides of the beard? So this is a great question. So if we are talking about this area specifically, right, and you remove this portion of the hair, it is going to erase this hair. Now the problem is, are we okay with the beard starting like that? Going from really faded, right, a really nice transition to boom, the beard popping out on the side.
It's something to think about for sure. Because is this how you wear your beard daily, Corey?
I think so. Yep.
I mean, if anything, if you don't like that like smooth to like more puffed look.
Okay, he'd want to slim it down.
Okay.
I agree.
Now, is that from trimming or would that be from heat? Because in my head, it was like heat.
This would be from trimming.
Okay.
This is way more than I have on my sideburn area.
Interesting.
Yeah, way more. So I would get rid of that, and then I would kind of just do a nice little line down like that and just kind of let it naturally fade and flow into the beard, but give you a little bit of control. I'm not a fan, especially when guys are like bald and bearded. I'm not a fan of like short and then boom, huge poof on the side. So I would do a little bit of slimming on that one and then allow it to kind of grow in. Because you're not a guy that's going to have like the super stick straight beard and just like the perfectly lined hair. He's an outdoorsman. He wears a can. That's his style, right? The hair is like that. So you don't want to get too crispy. And I know that's where you're like, can you do it with heat and stuff?
Yeah.
And there's definitely a middle road where you want to be able to style it, but I do think you're going to need to take some of the weight out of it. And so, yeah. Dan, do you trim below the the ear area, I do not. I leave the sides alone, but I do trim the sideburns. Yep, I leave the sides alone, but I do trim the sideburns. Great question. Great entry. Corey, you must send back in.
Yes, please.
But I agree with Sam entirely. I think you can pull off this exact look. And I do think it's in the best way possible, trendy and fashionable, and I think it would look really good. Really, really good. So please send in. That'll be a really cool one. And he says, yeah, I'll do here, there, but I don't do it often. Oil at night, before bed. Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. Thank you. And hello, guys. Hey, Tina. That'll be a fun one. All right, highest low. It's been about 3-ish months since I sent in last. I'm curious if it's time for a trim. Last I asked you, said leave it alone, and I have. I did see your video on mustache trims, but I'm not confident to do it myself. Should I go get the framework for my beard and get tidied up on the stash? Should I just keep letting it go? Chad is also welcome to vote. I've tried my best to get a good timeline. All right. So he just wants to know, hey, what do we do? Do we trim? We let it go? Mustache? Nothing? And here's like from the beginning, the middle, and then here is current on that right side.
Nice.
So the question would be, yeah, it looks fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Should he trim? Should he trim the mustache? Should he let it be? He just wants it to look good. I don't think he has any. Hey, thanks, Arden. I sent you an email, but the kids loved their Easter gifts, and we appreciated the soccer hats, man. Really cool.
Thank you.
Arden's the man. All right, this is like 3 in a row. I want you to kick it off first.
Okay. I don't think that the beard needs a trim, but I am curious about the mustache.
Yeah.
And if you would say, I'm not good at mustache stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if that is trim worthy or if that is more style worthy.
Okay. If it was me, that's the only frame of reference I can give here, I would trim the current stash. I just did a really big mustache trim, as many of you know, and you do because you saw the video. I did that. I'm actually going to talk about this on a future video I already filmed, so it's coming up, but I'm not going to talk about it too much right now. Essentially, I filmed it because I asked Sam. She didn't complain. She didn't nag about it or anything like that. I, in a very calm way, said, hey, my mustache has been growing longer because I was sick and we weren't kissing, blah, blah, blah. Is the mustache okay, or would you rather have me trim it? She said trim it. So I did, and it was a big trim. I was very pleasantly surprised with how much I liked the results. There's a lot of aspects I like about a big power mustache, but there's also aspects I uniquely like about a trimmed mustache. And I do think on this one, I do think it would be beneficial for a mustache trim for one reason. It is long. And when you're trimming it, it's not going to be getting rid of any bulk. If you kept growing it, it's not going to give it more bulk and density. It's just going to continue to go long. And I don't think that will be a better look in 2-3 months. So because of that reason, I would trim off of the lip line. Does that make sense for the reasoning? So yeah, that would be my indicator. Would the mustache look better in 2 or 3 months? I actually think this is a really good spot for the mustache. Really good. I don't mind the first one either, actually, but I like that this one's a little bit more full. And also, you guys, look at where this doesn't connect on the sides over there. And then going to River's scratching on a chair. Careful. This one does connect on the sides. So my final answer would be to trim the, if I trim, will you kiss me again? And the longer mustache never stopped kissing. It's not code when I say I was sick. I was sick. And so,
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, what about filling the cheeks in? Wouldn't that make the stash look better? It could. It could. I don't, in general, sometimes, but not necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily. So, yeah, I would trim that mustache just along that lip line. All right? If you do something with it, send back in and let us know, please. But it looks awesome, man. I really love that beard on you. If you look at from 1 to current, awesome beard.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. All right, Buffalo Todd. I started trimming my beard short since getting neck tattoos in tribute to my parents. I had it shorter, and I'm unsure to trim it back to 3 millimeters, which is very stubble, keep it as it is, or grow a little bit. I also now keep the neckline higher to display the tattoos. My tattoo artist and the other artist said it would look better if I followed my jawline. I've only done it where necessary, but would like feedback. Okay. River, calm down, man.
He wants to play.
Highest Low says, trim the ones I'm eating constantly makes sense to me.
Yeah.
This is for sure, dude. Start small, and then you can go more from there. All right, let's go ahead and check out Mr. BT. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Super killer. Oh, well, River's up here.
Hello.
Super killer tattoos. But the question is, should he trim shorter? Should he grow longer? Or maintain this look right now with the idea in mind that he does want to show these off, especially being a tribute to his parents?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I like where it is right now, River.
We're watching you.
Who face itches on a cord?
Yeah, our cats.
Like, that can't do anything. I would keep it where it is right now. I wouldn't go any longer because I don't want you to take away from your tattoos. And I don't think you should go any shorter because then it's like getting to like where's the line? You know what I mean?
I agree 100%. I actually think, I'm about to flick you. I actually think this is ideal. I would just be repeating what Sam said. I don't want you to go shorter or a higher up neckline. That would not be good. I don't think a lower neckline is necessary at this length. I think your neckline is appropriate for where their beard is at. So I would continue to maintain this. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, really, really, really looks nice. Yeah, I'm not going to drag that out. That looks good, dude. Awesome work, man. All right. Questions time here. All right. When you have a middle night snack like an ice cream and it gets in your stash after oil and butter, do you rinse and reapply? No. In the middle of the night, I would just rinse.
What time is a middle of the night snack is what I want to know.
That's a good question. All right. What do we consider a short, medium, long beard in terms of length? All right, Cam, here is my answer. This is not a definition one. This is not a competition answer. A short beard to me wraps to the face, meaning if it is just stubble, that's a short beard. If it tucks underneath the chin but still curls back towards your neck, that's a short beard. The second the beard starts to face the ground, right? Mine is not wrapping under. The second it starts to face the ground, meaning going south rather than back towards your neck, that now is the start of a medium beard. And then I say at 6 inches is a start of a long beard. About 0 to 2.9 is a short beard. Around 3 to 6 inches is a medium beard. More than 6 inches is a long beard. That would be my take on it. Any thoughts?
It sounds about right.
Yeah, and if you're like, well, Dan,
it's like I can't figure it out unless I see a picture, and then I can be like short, medium, long.
Yeah. Matt says, wondering if you got my email. If you sent it before like 8:45, no, I did not get it. I replied to everybody. If you sent it after 8:45, then I have not gotten to it yet. From the bottom lip, yes, exactly. From the bottom lip, 100%. So yeah, not an Oxford. Nope, cannot pull that same sourcing on this one, unfortunately. All right. How do you keep your mustache from poking your eye when you drink from a cup?
Only Brian problems.
Yeah, homie, I can't help you there. I got nothing on that one. That's hilarious. What's your favorite Copper John scent? Both of ours is Sundance. Mm-hmm. Easily. Have you ever ran a couple fingers through your mustache and found one longer hair than the stash make it feel much longer than it is? No, because I trim my mustache regularly. All right, but what did you guys think of the Champion League quarterfinals, and who do you have winning it?
Go ahead.
Well, what did you think of the quarterfinals first? Just in general, what stood out to you? You said something earlier about one of the games. He wasn't here yet.
I love Arsenal, so
me too.
I am just a huge Arsenal fan, and I really don't like Real Madrid, and so it was like wonderful.
We're also a Bayern house. Jack's one of his favorite players ever is Harry Kane, so we got to cheer for them. I want Arsenal to take it.
I do.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
They deserve it.
Yep.
They've been working so hard.
I really want Saka, Declan Rice. I want them to take it. It's been really fun. I freaking love the Champions League. Seeing Premier versus La Liga, like it's so cool.
I feel like that's the best of the best
It
soccer.
is.
Like World Cup is not good soccer.
Right.
For most of the world.
Right.
But like Champions, yes.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. And I will say too, I am a Barcelona fan. Lamine Yamal, I hate being the guy that's like, I found the song before it was on the radio, but I knew that about that dude for years now and was raving about him. So I am a fan there. Jax's actual favorite player, Robert Lewandowski, is also on Barca.
Yeah.
So it's like, Rafinha.
Who's such an underrated player. Dude comes out and scores multiple goals every single game, and nobody talks about him.
Yep. And Rafinha, he's the favorite to win the Ballon d'Or right now. In the top 5, Barcelona has 3 of the top 5 favorites for the Ballon d'Or.
Which is wild.
Crazy. But no, we're going to pull for Arsenal now. That would be our take. I remember you and Sam talking about an activated charcoal face wash, but I can't remember the company. 8-Bit Beard Co. has an activated charcoal face wash. I prefer the pinky scent. So yeah, that one is available.
I think when we had talked about it was about a company that we liked their face wash, but then they changed their ingredients, and then we hated it afterwards.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. All right. Have we watched Ted Lasso?
Have we watched Ted Lasso?
Don't be judgmental. Be curious.
No, we watched it very late. I don't know if you guys remember. We just watched all the seasons within the last year.
Yep.
But it quickly became our favorite show.
Yeah, Cam, unbelievably excited for the new season. And I like to be just flat out. I know people take this the wrong way. I see a lot of myself in Ted Lasso and the way he coaches, the way he has relationships. I've said it before, but it's the only show.
You're still back there?
It's the only show that's made me a better person. And I genuinely believe that. I love that show it's my favorite show of all time. If you were to ask Sam before this, what was Dan's favorite TV show? It is Ted Lasso by a long shot. I mean, we're football is life. We could go on and on and on about it. So yeah, we love Ted Lasso. All right, guys. Shout out to you. If you want to be on the show next week, please. That brought a lot of great discussion out there. Send on in. We'd love to have you. And then real quick, recommendation on shaving cream for creeper patches. I know Volt Life Proof Grooming has a shaving gel that's clear, and that's a really good advantage for cleaning up your cheek line because you can see where it's at. Where shaving cream, when it's white, guys mess up their cheek lines because they're just guessing. They're doing it for a season. I know. Ted Lasso's coaching the women's team, so it's going to be interesting.
Blech. Blech.
Sam's not a fan of women's soccer.
Women's sports in general. Not a fan.
Dang.
Not a fan.
Dang. River.
Come on.
He's coming on over. What is this dude doing?
Come here.
All right. Oh, well.
He's gone.
Yeah, no, okay. All right. The final thing of the night, you guys. Shout out to Deadman's. Just a reminder, Command 15 is boosted to 20% off, and that is for the weekend. And thank you. Happy belated birthday to Maddox. Yeah. Beard oil and shaving cream. MG says beard oil. A lot of people say that. I have zero experience, so I don't.
I shave my face with oil, so.
Hey, there you go.
It works.
There you go. I just don't know enough and don't feel comfortable recommending that, even though a lot of people say. I can put it that way. People that know what they're doing recommend that. But I have zero concept. I don't know the last time I've touched a razor.
He was clawing your chair and poked my butt.
Aw. He's like, guys, it's 10:30. He's
oh my God, he got me.
He's dangerous. Keep the claws, they say.
So rude.
Keep the claws, they say.
God.
Oh, that's too funny. Okay. And Sarah says, shaving oil is ideal. You have to have a clear razor trimmer more often, but it's okay. You have to clear it more often. That make no.
Right?
No.
Why?
He was full out gripping my arm
It's time
up.
to play, he
Man.
said.
What kind of dog? It's a cat. He is like a guard dog, and he plays like a dog. He literally snores like a dog.
That's so cute.
Yeah, man. Thank you for sponsoring, Brian. I love that. Yeah, thank you, Miles. That's very, very kind of you. All right, guys. Again, link is in the chat. Go ahead. All right, and again, why isn't that showing up here? I see a comment over there.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
Weird.
StreamYard is picking. But Florida Man says, do you have to know anything about soccer to watch Ted Lasso? No.
Nothing.
Absolutely not. The entire concept is he knows nothing about soccer. Actually, if you know nothing about soccer, watch Ted Lasso. You learn the game through the eyes of someone that knows sports, but not soccer. It's almost perfect, actually. Yeah, it's almost perfect. So, yeah, for sure. All right. Get this drawn here in just a second. If you see your name on the screen, drop a comment to claim your victory. Hey, highest low, thank you. Shout out to you and your roommate. Thank you. 5 memberships to the chat. That's awesome. My other half loves Ted Lasso. And there's enough love story in it and like not drama, but like exciting things. It's a great.
There's a little bit of drama.
Yeah, a great character building show. I'll put it out there like this. If you enjoy The Office or Parks and Rec, you will like Ted Lasso. Mm-hmm. Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right.
There's no one-on-one like interview type thing.
True. And everybody keeps saying this to watch Silo.
What kind of show is it?
I forgot. They explained.
Give me like a 1-sentence summary
pitch
of the show.
And Ted Lasso's on Apple TV. Apple TV.
We got Apple TV specifically just to watch Ted Lasso.
That's crazy.
And have just kept it.
Crazy. All right, guys and girls out there, if this is you, drop a comment and you won a giveaway. Do we have in the building Shane Schultz? Come on down. Shane Schultz. We want to watch Welcome to Wrexham. We just don't watch shows. And it's like we only watch TV at night, and we're not like engaged enough to watch something new. Like we get invested. And so we can't watch something new. I want to watch Silo. So Brian's in the same book as us. Where you just
World ended. Everyone lives underground. Interesting. Is it scary or no? Or is it just like,
hey, Sarge won. Congrats, Sarge. Okay, I don't know if I knew that about this show. Maybe
I'm not hip with any of the shows right now.
No.
I know everybody keeps talking about Severance. Watch Severance.
Oh, yeah.
Watch Severance. I don't know what it's about.
Yeah, I think it's like
I can't watch any movie with him in it because all I think is Parks and Rec.
Right.
Always.
But I heard that's the role that like breaks that from you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean like Jason Sudeikis.
Right.
But the mustache throws you off. You know what I mean? Like that's not him.
Yeah. No, yeah. If we watched TV during the day, I think it would be easier.
Maybe once the kids go to school, we can watch TV.
I don't think so.
No, you'll be like, I gotta work.
Yeah, I can't.
I can't sit.
I wish I could turn that off, but like at night, I can rationalize. Like,
yeah.
This is our time. I just can't do it during the day.
And we can't watch anything that has to hold your attention at night.
Right. Because she gets tired.
Yeah.
So it's Severance is the GOAT.
And somebody's brain gets fuzzy at night.
I focus in more. Shows are funnier. Things are more dramatic. I'm invested. Come on. Jeez, I'm ready. So, okay. Severance is really good. I get, isn't the idea of Severance like he has a normal job, he realizes he hates it, and then it kind of like people were like,
yeah, okay, give me a 1-sentence Severance.
Whoa. And me and Bryant, I'm not just saying this, I know it can be cliche. Me and Bryant freakishly think alike. You know this. I mean, I talk about all this stuff, even the stuff from the person we were talking about today. Probably the best show he's ever seen. It's per show. And Bryant's extremely intelligent. So that's interesting. Oh, you wouldn't like Severance. You have to. Okay, so we can't watch that at night.
Not a night show.
No.
Someone
you
tell
have
me
to be paying
what
attention.
What is it about?
See, we watch very light stuff at night. We watch silly movies. Last night we watched We Are the Millers. That's the perfect example. But normally we watch travel YouTube.
Same body, 2 different personalities. One works, one lives outside of work. They don't know anything about each other. What?
That's heavy. I don't
They're
like
in the
heavy.
same dimension? Just like one is only at work and one is only not at work? But like one brain kind of a situation?
Same body, two personalities. Is it Fight Club?
Same body. Oh. Is it Fight Club?
Is it Fight Club? Well, you know what I'm talking about? Tyler
Yeah.
Durden and like, See, I don't think I can do heavy.
I kind of want to watch it now. It sounds good.
Okay. All right. Brian said it's the perfect show. Ted Lasso's the perfect show. There's not a flaw in Ted Lasso. Every character's perfect. You have a work self and an honest self. Oh, interesting. I do like that concept. I thought about this a lot. We have to go, but remember the extra time was about TV shows. That you guided that, okay? I do think about that a lot, where how many people spend a massive portion of their life not being themselves.
Oh.
You know what I mean? When they have to put on this work personality. We're like, hi, Jeffrey, how you doing today? Oh, at the water cooler, I see. Well, that was a crazy weekend at Capri Suns. Like, they put on this act, right? Like, we go to Petaway. Become close with a lot of them. I know they still have to have a shade of, like, not sharing themselves. Mm-hmm. On here, we're talking about OnlyFans and Feet Finder. We can talk, we're ourselves. Like, this is us. But how many people are not themselves for a massive chunk of their life? That kills me. That messes with my brain to think about. Yeah, man. Okay, if you get fuzzy, watch The Substance tonight or soon. If you make it through the entire movie, you will think, okay, I mean, I will be fuzzy, that's for sure, but the Parks and Rec is her comfort show.
I haven't watched it in a long time since it moved to Peacock, and Peacock's app sucks.
Dudes and dudettes, I know you guys can relate. There are some apps that suck so bad that you just don't use them, where you take YouTube and Netflix for granted because it's so crispy. What was it, Apple TV that used to suck and they got it going again? There was one that was horrendous, and I think they fixed it.
Remember when we tried to watch the MTV app? That was the absolute worst app.
We watched the challenge. Dude, there's some apps that are just atrocious. You guys being you is what draws me. Well, thank you. We know I can't do anything else, so yeah. Now I'm conflicted on what Paramount Plus is. So I had to find the Champions League games today. When I tell you the Paramount Plus, you guys remember the old TV guide like you see at hotels, and it has like the times and the slots? That's the Paramount Plus breakdown for finding shows. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Seen The Office over 50 times. Sam has we have legitimately seen Parks and Rec over 20 times.
Yeah.
At least.
I'm more than you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But I'm there a lot too.
You're like about 3.
Okay. Apple TV used to be awful. It's good now. There's no issues with Apple TV now. Paramount's laggy. Paramount's just old. It's just not good. David said it instantly made me angry. Yeah, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Hulu was bad for a hot minute too, but nothing.
We got rid of Hulu because it was so bad.
Yeah. Oh, and there's ones that pissed me right off. Hulu, you'd finish a show, they would not keep track of where you left off. You would have to, and I'm sure like, Dan, it's fixed now. I don't care. Dead to me.
Yeah.
Done. Okay. All right. For anyone who likes Parks and Rec or The Office, What We Do in the Shadows is hilarious as well. I've never heard of that one. You guys stop filling my brain with stuff that's going to waste my time.
Add it to the list.
I don't do well here. Okay? All right. Wife made me watch the finale once. Never again. Love.
Parks and Rec.
Oh, yeah.
The finale of what?
Oh, of Parks and Rec, I think is what he's saying. He doesn't want to see it. Or The Office. He doesn't want, it's like, I would assume he's saying like, oh, it's like sad.
I always skip the finale of The Office and Parks and Rec because I cry every single time.
Okay. The Office. Okay, that's what I thought.
That one is incredibly sad.
It's so, dude, Parks and Rec is when they're like standing over like over by the bridge and stuff. Like that's so sad. So sad. All right. Dan, if you watch Parks and Rec 20 times, it's you guys got to hear. It's the comfort show. So it's just on in the background. It's just on when she's falling asleep. But we haven't watched it in probably a year.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I heard that What We Need to Do in the Shadows is right up my alley. I've never heard of that one.
What streaming service is that on?
Cam says, same, Sam, can't do it. And this is Lexi right here. That's him in the picture. I made him watch the finale of The Office. Oh, man.
Ugh.
See, I don't get emotional like that, but I can understand why. I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah. Okay. I never got into Scrubs.
Nope.
At all. I don't like that
too
main
young
actor.
for Scrubs.
Yeah. Flag's not. Flag might be younger than
Really?
us. Yeah, Flag's a younger dude. It's about vampires. Sam likes vampires.
Do you like vampires?
Disney Plus.
Nope.
Okay.
Too
Too PG.
too PG.
If you have
I like
vampires,
PG vampires.
If you got PG, if you got vampires, it needs to be True Blood, but with better graphics and acting and storylines and
Everything. Everything better.
yeah. There's some shows you don't go back.
Flag, you're 24
I knew
and
he
you're
was
watching
young.
Scrubs?
I knew he was young.
Oh my God, do you also like Friends? Goodness.
Okay. We also love New Girl.
I don't love New Girl because I don't like Zooey Deschanel. She drives me crazy.
What We Do in the Shadows is hilarious. Super deadpan humor, though. Think of Flight of the Conchords. Okay, see, I
don't know what that is.
so deadpan is like real
no,
dry.
I don't know what Flight of the Conchords
Oh,
is.
okay. So it's we would likely not like it. It's more what's the guy who dated Eileen from Larry David. It's like Larry David type style.
I don't know who that is.
It's very just dry. Move on to the next thing. Okay, I believe What We Do in the Shadows on HBO. I don't really like vampires usually, and I have no idea how people say it's like The Office. Oh, man, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. I love Flight of the Conchords. Yeah, super popular show. I'm just not a fan of. What was the Arrested Development? That's another one. We just never really.
Never watched that.
Yeah, we never really got into Arrested Development. All right. Any other show questions before we get out of here?
No.
So,
None.
Severance.
Mm-hmm. We can watch it this weekend.
Oh, my gosh.
We
That's
just
crazy.
binge it.
All right, Severance,
Silo.
Silo. I think those are the two big ones. The last one, maybe. Deadpan humor, maybe not.
Maybe it would be one that we could like watch at night. That's like
Very much British humor. Yeah, Leo, exactly.
oh, British humor like The Real Office,
Right.
Because that's terrible.
You're not a fan of deadpan humor at all. So I don't think that one would do well for us. Okay. Modern Family's all right. Yeah, it's all right. Friends.
Blip,
Eh,
blip.
it's all right. It's all right. All right. The Blacklist. How is that? Silo gets so boring in the middle. I fast forward.
Dang.
You guys are selling me. You guys are selling me. Yeah, you're selling me. All right. The Hunting Party. Man, we're so out of TV.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know these things. Okay. Interesting. Silo, Dark Matter, Severance. I think I tried to watch Dark Matter.
I think we did. We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did not like
Was
it.
wait, isn't that kind of the same concept as Severance?
I think so.
Did that one not work out? So they're like, let's put a bigger name in it.
I know we saw Black. I
You
know
watched Black Sails.
I tried, yeah, because I like it's like,
Pirates?
yeah, like Blackbeard and stuff. How I Met Your Mother? No,
Nope.
not there. Not there. Peaky Blinders.
You watched that.
I went through a peaky phase, yeah.
Peaky phase.
I was more violent back then, so I liked it a lot.
Mm.
That was like when we first started like dating. That was in my transitional period to becoming a civilized human. Okay. That 70s show, wow, throwback right there.
Wow.
Everyone, I've heard this a lot too, Yellow Jackets.
That's a show?
Yep. I've watched Sons of Anarchy several times through. I used to be told I look like Jax Teller.
You don't.
I agree. I was told. Yeah, I agree.
What is Yellow Jacket? Okay, one sentence about Yellow Jackets.
And then we're out of here.
And then we're done.
She won't remember the topic, and she'll just say that I kept her up late. All right. No, Yellow Jackets are insects. All right.
What are you watching?
Flag. Matt, what are you? Flag. This is the wildest assortment.
It's like someone left a really old TV at his house or something. And
Deadman
he's
says
just-
Yellow Jackets is horrible. All right, guys, if we cannot stress enough that subjectivity is real, this proves it right here. Yeah, keyword, Rob, Malcolm in the Middle was great when I was 12. I guess that's half of Flag's age, so
Wait.
that makes sense.
That is real? That's real?
Soccer team gets stranded in the mountains and ends up creepy. And
Nope. 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 Nope.
what are people thinking of these days? How do you come?
Nope.
Let me read that again. Soccer team gets stranded in the mountains and ends up creepy and cannibalism. Wow.
That gave me the shivers.
We did Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was good.
Yeah, Breaking Bad's good.
Really good. Yeah, I wouldn't watch it again, but it's some shows are too much of a commitment.
We tried to watch Game of Thrones again.
Yeah.
We got 14 minutes in and we were like,
Too heavy.
Nope.
And we watched, we
Nope.
loved it. I mean,
Nope.
we were every episode before, and then we tried to watch the prequel, and the first scene had like a dead baby, and we're like, we're out.
nope.
We don't do dead
No.
animals or
There's no point.
anything
Why?
like that.
There's no point in that.
Yeah, Donald's just messing with us now. Happy
We
days.
Donald.
Thanks, Donald. We did some of the Ozarks. I don't think we made it through.
I don't like him.
Yeah. We did Dexter. Dexter was good.
Dexter's good. Didn't do
Long time ago.
new Dexter, though.
No.
I don't want to ruin it. You know how sometimes you have this vibe in your head, like, oh, yeah, Dexter's so cool.
Right.
And then you watch the new one and you're like,
Yeah.
no.
Black Mirror. No, not our thing.
I don't know what that is.
You wouldn't like it. Yeah, Breaking Bad was awesome, especially because there was nothing like it. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, Black Mirror. Don't even look into what it is. It's not you. It is not you at all. You would not like this. I know Sam's preference is super well. Super well. Okay. Dexter's on my list of worst endings possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old Dexter?
Old Dexter,
Yeah.
yeah. It's such a bummer when a show tails off and gets bad. I will say, the one show that had the saddest ending ever for us, The Newsroom.
Oh,
Jeff
that
Daniels.
was such a good show.
The news, I don't know
Oh
how it
my
stands up. I
gosh.
don't know how the climate of media and news has changed.
to bring
It's probably more accurate than ever. But if you have not watched The Newsroom, maybe try it again. I don't know how it held up. That was our show.
That
our
was
show.
so good.
RJT, you would like it. You would like The Newsroom. Jeff Daniels. I keep hearing Landman is awesome too.
I don't know what that is either.
I don't remember, but yeah, yeah. But guys, yeah, the Newsroom from HBO, really impactful show. What's up, Thomas? Really, and when that ended, we were like, "There's no way you're not ending this right now." That one and Ted Lasso were the two that hit me the hardest when they were gonna end because we watched them like in real time.
Yeah.
You know, like Ted Lasso, we caught up with time. So yeah. All right, is it an old show? Yeah, probably
it's old.
10 years, I would say. 10 years from HBO. If it holds true, and no one's even backed us up on this. Not a single person.
Not one person has seen this show.
Not a single person backed us up. I was like, I thought people would be like,
Dang,
oh my
I
God,
thought it was a
Newsroom.
bigger show
Me
than
too.
that.
Oh, man. Yeah, okay. So Jason says Landman rocks.
What is it?
Okay. A Real Bug's Life is a pretty cute series. Hey, thank you. That's super cool. He got gifted a membership, thanked whoever gave it to him, and then he gifted a membership himself.
Oh,
That's really cool. All right, I remember the Newsroom. Thanks, August.
way back when.
Yeah, thanks, August. So, yeah, and that's fair. That's fair, David. Seeing Jeff Daniels in a serious role after watching
was
Dumb and Dumber is tough.
Weird. It was very weird, but he nails it.
Perfect.
He is. I don't even remember what his character's name was, but he was him.
Perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah.
And Olivia Munn, that was at like the peak of her
It
career.
was at the beginning
Yeah.
of her career.
The peak of her career.
Damn. Jeez.
Just like anything else, Aaron Rodgers ruined it. Wow. That was accurate, though. That's freaky.
That's a sign flag.
He's 24 years old.
Add it to your list
he
of
said
old shows to watch.
The second time The Newsroom was referenced today, whoa, that's crazy. That's
Brooklyn
crazy.
Nine-Nine, yes.
Sam loved that show.
9-9.
Not so much. Not my kind
Dan
of humor.
didn't like it.
I don't like laugh tracks. I don't like corny humor like that. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan on this one. But Sam loves it. And I just don't find Andy Samberg funny at all.
Hilarious.
At all.
He's
like
so funny.
0 bits funny about him. Terry Crews, legend. Fan. I'm down with Terry all day. Is it because he's from our county? I don't know, but I find him funny. But 9-9, that is a catch. 9-9, it is a catch thing. But I don't find Andy Samberg funny at all. I don't dislike him. I'm not like I'm a hater on him or anything. I just don't find him funny. So, yeah. Okay, we got to go. This was a lot of TV talk, and we still have over 100 people in here.
Oh, my God. It's almost 11.
You just kept going.
Me?
See?
No one still told me what landmark or whatever
They're
it was
not
about.
going to. They're not going to. All right, guys, send in. Be on the show next week, and you got to be here.
Quickly, tell me what it's about.
You got to hear if all right. All right, you got to hear
Oil
if
rigs. Okay.
that is it. I did hear about it. I think
Billy
Nick,
Bob Thornton's still alive? I thought
Dang.
he died.
Nick and Jill love that show. But you got to hear on Wednesday if we saw a bear, if we saw a wolf, if we had the greatest time ever, if it wasn't for us.
If we don't show up, we're dead.
That's a fact. That's a fact. If I'm not here on Monday, something went really wrong. Really wrong, you guys, because, yep, that's good
Please
call.
don't clip that.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We hope to see you on Wednesday. If not,